Hello, everybody. I'm Seth Weissman, and welcome to another episode of Safe Real Estate. Today, we are going to talk about the dreaded initials TBD, which stands for to be determined. And as you can hopefully tell already, I am not a big fan of anyone using the initials TBD in a purchase and sale agreement. And here's why. In order to create an enforceable contract under Georgia law, what you must have is a present agreement of the parties on all material terms in the contract. And unfortunately, when you write into a contract the letters TBD or to be determined, that does not sound like you have a present agreement on whatever term you are filling in with TBD. It sounds like that is an agreement to agree in the future on that issue. And as a general statement of Georgia law, an agreement to agree is not an enforceable contract under Georgia law. So, my strong recommendation is that you not use TBD, because doing so potentially puts the entire contract at risk. Now, what can you do to avoid using TBD? Well, one exception to the rule, if you think about it, if the closing attorney is simply referenced as TBD, that's basically saying the parties have not agreed on the closing attorney and are going to do so in the future. But if what you write instead is TBD by buyer or TBD by seller, it takes it out of the category of something that both parties have to still decide. And instead, it now becomes an issue that one of the parties decides. And because you no longer need both parties to decide, it alters it from being unenforceable to now being enforceable. I sure hope that makes sense, but let me explain it one more time. When you say TBD, it means both parties have to still agree. When you say TBD by seller, it's now completely within the discretion of the seller as to who the closing attorney might be. But what I would really recommend is that when there are open issues, like who's going to be the closing attorney, I would recommend that you sit down with the other side and try to work out the issue right then and there so that there's nothing left for the future, and instead where you have decided all material terms, because that's what creates an enforceable contract. I hope this episode of Safe Real Estate has been beneficial. Please remember, TBD is not the name of any closing law firm I know. Instead, pick your favorite law firm rather than TBD. Great to see everyone. Please continue to tune in. Bye now.